Hello everybody and welcome to Fantastic Friday number 4. And today what we're going to be looking at on Fantastic Friday number 4 here on the Son of the Morning Comics channel is Fantastic Four number 7. And as you can see here, they are wanted dead or alive. This is no good. And then up in the corner you got a spaceship here, and it's saying, why does the human race turn against the Fantastic Four? Only the master of Planet X knows the answer. We're about to find out the answer. But of course, as usual, we aren't going to use the actual copy because we're not crazy. We'll use the omnibus. So let's get into that. Okay, so here we go. Got our issue open in the omnibus. Title here, The Fantastic Four in Prisoners of Kurgo, Master of Planet X. So, you know, Planet X is a place that is much more technologically advanced than the Earth. They're far ahead of us in many, many different ways. They have just one problem. There's a runaway planet or asteroid that is, coming towards to hit their planet and ultimately going to destroy their planet. So, I mean, not great. So, Kurgo has this plan that, they're gonna send one of the ships with his robot to the Earth to claim the Fantastic Four and bring them back, because if there's anybody in the universe that can figure out how to fix the problem and save their planet, it's gonna be the Fantastic Four. So, this stuff here isn't all that interesting. It's the Fantastic Four are being invited to dinner at Congress, and nobody except for Reed wants to go. They're all giving their reasons, and they're arguing. Nothing really comes of it. He turns the hot water on. The Thing turns the hot water on Johnny, so he flames up in the shower, which causes steam to go everywhere. Ultimately, like I said, there's nothing too consequential going on over there. Reed does eventually convince them that they should, in fact, go to this dinner at Congress because, it's an honor. So here we can see the spaceship that's flying by the Earth, and it is caught by a satellite, and they do see it, and so they have noticed this. I'm assuming NASA, and they assume it could only be from outer space. So here you have the Fantastic Four in my absolute favorite thing in the world, the Fantastic Car, and they're headed to Washington for the meal. You can see their fans down below wishing them luck, or sort of cheering them on, that sort of thing. And so here we can see that the alien ship is landing on Earth. It lands in a faraway place where it can't be seen, and then this big Iron Man comes out of it looks a lot like the original drawing of Iron Man by Jack Kirby, who also drew this. But this is the robot from Planet X, and he is sending out this signal. And so then we get here to part 2. One of the things that I really like about this issue, too, is that they have a lot of, although this one isn't a full page, they have a lot of very large spreads, which are very nice, always, especially if Jack Kirby's drawing them. They're always nice to look at. They're honoring the Fantastic Four in DC at this Congress People's Dinner. And then all of a sudden, that signal that was being sent around by the Iron Man looking robot starts to do its work. So here you have, just some regular guy who's waiting for his dinner, and his wife is bringing his dinner, and she says, "Here you are, darling," and then slams it over the top of his head. Same thing here. This guy falls down, another one picks him up, but then he punches him in the face. Then the same thing starts to happen here. So just after they are, praising the Fantastic Four, all of a sudden this guy says, "It's time the public awoke to the fact that the four of you are the worst menaces that ever threaten this land," which is very different than what they're used to hearing. So all of a sudden, everyone is pissed off at them and starts throwing things at them. They get the army after them. Torch, says, "You don't wanna touch this." So they can't get at him. They duck out of the way. More soldiers come for Reed. So what does Reed do? He reaches up and grabs a chandelier, and they all converge and run into each other. And same thing with Sue. She's invisible, so what can the soldiers do? They don't know what's going on. The Thing, of course, being very strong, is able to lift up this very heavy door and then hide on the other side of it. And here you can see this, soldiers saying, "It's impossible. He's just disappeared out of nowhere." And so then, back in the Fantastic Car, you can see they're saying that we can't leave without the Thing. He's over there. Mr. Fantastic stretches out a limb for him to grab onto. And then, as they are all back in the ship, they start to notice that they're being tailed by the alien ship. So the Fantastic Car, being the Fantastic Car, Johnny suggests that everybody buckle up and let Reed show this alien craft what it can do. And so Reed tries to outmaneuver it. Doesn't work. It's following his every move in lockstep. So he decides that, the best plan of action is to head back to their skyscraper, which has not been named the Baxter Building yet at this point in time. And so they can fight whoever this is on their own turf. And then, Iron Man, the robot, emerges from the ship, and he says to the Fantastic Four, "Heed my words, puny Earthlings. I have traveled many light years to find you, and to bring you a message from Kurgo, master of Planet X." And see, this is what I meant. Like, the full page drawings, very nice. And, he says, "Behold, this is a scene on your Earth Street. Observe how the crowds are rioting. Is this what you, it is you that they want to seize." So, they can see they're in trouble. They know that if they go downstairs, or they're gonna get it. Now, of course, they don't know that he has caused the people to want to kill them, but neither here nor there. They sort of try to say that we'll figure it out, but they say there's different ways that they'll get you. And he starts suggesting ways like a chemical foam to stop the Human Torch, glass encasement that prevents Mr. Fantastic from stretching, and the Thing, as for the Thing, even his vast power can be contained by the forces of electrical energy. Is that really the truth with a rock? I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Anyway, And for the Invisible Woman, although I'm pretty sure they still call her the Invisible Girl at this point, Sue will call her. They put there would be the potential to put an armband around her, so even if she was invisible, they would still know where she is. Obviously, fake Iron Man doesn't know that she has other powers as well. So they agree that this is the best course of action for them, that to just go along with the situation and see what they can do to help at this other place, right? So you see them get into the ship, they take off, they're in outer space. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to review this book for this Fantastic Friday, is because this is one of the first cosmic Fantastic Four books, really one of the first cosmic Marvel books. So I thought that that was really cool. And again, here another full page drawing that I really like. What's going on here is that they, in this technologically advanced world, they don't need like a landing pad, so to speak, because they've mastered gravity and they're just very slowly floating downwards towards the ground. No harm, no foul. And so, you know, the robot says, my mission is ended, Master X. I have brought the Fantastic Four, and he's good. So you gotta love that. You gotta love... Compare this to, I don't know if it's Tales of Suspense 38 or 39. I can't remember offhand what the first appearance of Iron Man is. Compare this to that. That's all I'm saying. So Kurgo starts to explain to them that, you know, the planet is already starting to suffer problems. You can see here, like, the seas are getting wild, and you know, volcanoes are erupting, and it's all being caused by this right here. So, not a good thing for Kurgo and his people. And here's where I got confused, because earlier it said it was an asteroid, now it's saying it's a runaway planet. So, I don't know if maybe Stan Lee just made a mistake. I don't know. So they know that this is the situation. They can see it coming. Sue even comments that, like, she can, like, see it coming closer, like, and they're all a little scared about the situation. It's not a fantastic situation. So Reed poses the question that, you know, if you have this great technology, why don't you just get everybody on spaceships and then, you know, evacuate the planet and then, you know, try to find a new home type thing? And Kurgo's response is that they didn't, even though they long ago figured out space travel and how to get to places very quickly, they don't care for space travel, so they only have 2 spaceships. Not nearly enough room to fit the 5 billion citizens of Planet X. So that's not a good thing. And then the thing says to Reed, well, big brain, you got us into this. What are you gonna do now? His response is, I don't know, thing. But there's no time for squabbling. We've all got to think. And then the thing here says, think my eye. Let's get that walkin', honkin' tin thing to take us back to Earth pronto. And then he just says, no. This is my servant. He's not gonna do anything unless I tell him to. So then the thing decides that he's gonna fight Iron Man robot. And it doesn't go so well, as he throws a punch and, you know, it almost breaks his arm. And then with one swift toss, he tosses the thing clear across the room. Not good. So then this gets Johnny upset, so he decides to flame on, and he's going to, I want to read this, I'm going to do something I've always been afraid to try before. By increasing my flame to fever pitch, I can attain the greatest heat in the universe. Sorry about that. The lighting was making it hard for me to see what I was reading there. And so he starts doing this thing, and Reed's like, no, you gotta stop it. You're gonna blow us all up. So in order to stop Johnny, Sue goes in front of the Iron Man robot, and she says, she's like, she knows Johnny's not gonna hurt her, so he averts his course, and, they stop there. And, of course, Kurgo's not happy. He says, idiots, don't waste precious minutes. Every second is closer to destruction. You must find a way to save the planet. We only have 24 hours. And so you can see here, there's even more shifting going on in the atmosphere as the planet becomes closer. It hits the room that they're in. They get thrown across the room. And here you can see it, and they can see that, whoa, this thing's really getting closer. And then I like this, Kurgo's quote here. So, I care nothing for your worthless lives, nor for the lives of my subjects. But I'm the master of Planet X, and my people must be saved so that I can remain their master. And Reed's response is, quick, where's your most modern lab? He's not anything about, that's kind of not the nice thing to say, but just show me to the lab. So he shows him to the lab, says everything's at his disposal. Another full pager that I really like here, and it says the end of Planet X. And so, Reed's gonna come up with something, because Reed is the smartest man on the Earth, possibly the universe, as Sue said earlier in this issue. So basically what he does is he builds this gun here that what it does is it shrinks people 1,000 times smaller so that they can fit in your hand, kind of like Ant-Man when he's small. And that the plan is you have, if you can get all of these people, if we shrink everybody down, we can make these missiles, shoot them all over the planet, make everybody this small, and then bring them all in rockets over to the ship, and then everybody, all 5 billion people, will be able to fit on the spaceship. Not sure if that math works out, because get 5 billion people 1,000 times smaller, I think still might not fit on the ship, but I don't know. That's just me. So they send the things around, and you can see the planet's getting closer. It's really time to get going. And you can see here, before Reed's explaining what would happen. You get there, you're small. As you get off, you release this gas container, and everybody's going to grow back to their regular selves. And so, being satisfied with this, Kurgo says that they're free to use their second ship to go back to the Earth. Of course, they have to hurry, as the planet is falling apart right in front of them. As they're walking away, the thing saves them from a huge boulder. They need to cross this huge bridge, so Mr. Fantastic stretches himself across as a human bridge. They get onto their ship, and within seconds of the within seconds of reaching the ship, they're gone and they're getting out of there. Of course, it's not quite over yet, because we still got to get these people safely off the planet for Kurgo. Now, you can see all of the rockets arriving with the miniature people. Now, he's got like the gas can that's going to make everybody get big again once they are, you know, in the new planet that they find as a home. You can see he's showing himself there as a king over his little tiny subjects, because he's not even planning on giving them the gas. He's planning on being the only one who gets the gas. But the ship's about to take off, and he's got to get there. But he's carrying this thing, and he has to make the choice. Do I drop the canister of the gas and make it to the ship? Or do I just try to make it to the ship and not make it and get blown up? Ultimately, he is so struck by power and the need for it that he doesn't let go of the canister, doesn't make it on time, and you see the ship taking off with Kurgo stuck on the planet that's about to die. And so then we flip over here, thousands of miles away. Sue is saying, are you sure the new enlarging gas will work when they reach their new planet, Reed? After all, you never had time to test it. And then Reed's response was, there was no enlarging gas, Sue. It was just an empty projectile. I only told them about it so they could consent to my plan, but once they reach their new world, it won't matter. They'll all be the same size, and in the vast universe of ours, one size is only relative anyway. So that's the end of the story. Like I said, I really like this particular one because this is one of the early one of the early of very many cosmic Fantastic Four books. I think that the Cosmic Fantastic Four comics is really what got Marvel to sort of branch out into that direction a lot more, when we started getting some of our really cool cosmic characters. So, once again, thank you for joining me here on Fantastic Friday number 4, where we've reviewed Fantastic Four number 7. Thank you for joining me here on the Son of the Morning Comics channel. If you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever there's a new video, and leave some comments down below if you'd like, and you can always reach me over at sonofthemorning7 on Twitter. Have a nice day.